Hey folks, it's your buddy Jason here. Whenever I make a new base, one of the first things I like to do is make a stationary battery. Stationary batteries can hold quite a bit of charge, and you don't have to fiddle with changing stuff out of your power controller or just flipping batteries constantly to keep all of your machines running and everything working. So what you can do is make an electronics printer, which is over here. It takes 20 iron, 2 gold, and 10 copper. From there, you can build the battery kit. Now that requires 20 gold, 20 copper, and 20 steel. And 20 steel is the problem, because you can't just mine it, you have to make it in a furnace. So if we look here at our steel in the encyclopedia, it requires a furnace. It requires 100 kPa to 100 MPa pressure. Its temperature has to be 600 K to 100 kK. 3 parts iron to 1 part carbon. So we need iron and coal is basically what it ends up being. So how do we do that? Well, we have to make a furnace first. So the furnace requires 30 iron and 10 copper. And that's pretty easy to do. So we already have a furnace set up. Let's go outside and take a look at it. Now, the furnace, once built, has these pipes on the back, which are inputs and outputs for gases that you can use to run the furnace. We're not going to mess with that, and I don't suggest you do at this point in your base building. So later on, you can do whatever you want, but just keep it simple at first. And this is our chamber. It shows our pressure and our temperature, and this is how we activate our furnace, right? So how do we load it? Well, the furnace loads at the top. We have to put our coal in. So we put that in and let it process. 25 iron. And then another 50 iron. Okay. So that is going to count up there. And now you'll see we have 75 iron, and the furnace identifies the coal as hydrocarbon. So 75 iron, 25 hydrocarbon. That is what we need to make 100 pieces of steel. Now, the interesting part. So when you've been out mining, I'm sure you've seen oxite or ice and volatiles. Now, oxite and volatiles will say ice in front of them, but it'll say ice oxide or ice volatiles. Those are the two you need. You don't want just ice. That's not what we're looking for here. So what we do with our oxide is we split a couple of pieces off, and then we stick this back in our backpack here. We drop those oxide in the top of our furnace. We come over here to our volatiles, and we drop a couple of those. And we stick those into our furnace. Now that's 2 oxide and 2 volatiles. That's all we need to get the pressure that we're looking for and the temperature, right? So, and you can see there's a lot of different mixtures you can do. But however, as you see here, we need to hit activate, right? And when we do, we're at 4,000 pressure. So we are in between what we need to be. And our temperature is 1200, which is well above 600, but well below 100K. So we are at perfect temperature and mixture to make steel. And you could tell that by looking at this little thing, right? Now it says 75 iron, 25 hydrocarbon will produce 100 grams of ingot of steel. All right, so if you do not see that, it is not going to produce the steel. It will fire out some junk that you could put back in there, and it will turn back into the iron and hydrocarbon, or you can also separate it and all that junk with one of the later devices. But if you see this, that means when you pull this, you will get the steel. So let's go ahead and pull it. All right, there's our 100 ingots of steel. We can go ahead and close that off. Now your furnace, your furnace is gonna, it's gonna heat, and it's gonna stay heated, and it's gonna have to just drop on its own time. So if you want to manipulate anything else in the furnace, you're going to have to use some volatiles or ice or something like that to manipulate the heat and pressure that you have, available. It does drop pretty quick, so if you need it to just get cooler, you can just wait. However, there are some other ways to do that, but that's not the time nor place for this in this video. All right, so hopefully that helps everybody. That'll get you on your way to having a base battery. You can hook that up, and if you watch my other video on logic programming for solar panels, then you plug those two together and you have quite a bit of power that should last you through most of your early base phase. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching. I love sharing this stuff, love having a good time with you guys. If you've enjoyed this video and found this information useful, please hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter at McMaster. It's McMaster. And you can follow me and subscribe on Twitch to see me live and interact with me on there. It's just twitch.tv/JV as in Victor McMaster. So twitch.tv/JV McMaster. And that's basically it for making steel, guys. Have fun out there, and remember, always keep looking up to the stars. Take care.